Yo, what up? It's Aaron motherfucking Moses. And this video is called 10 Pros and Cons of Smoking Weed. God damn. Can I get a dead ass? Dead ass. Alright, alright. So, first updates. You see my hair? No more braids. I'm putting them bitches back because I like it. It makes me feel like ASAP Rocky. But took my braids out because I will be doing this full time. I quit my job. Liz got her job. She graduated, saved up, paid the bills for 2 months. But so I'm gonna be going hella hard. I'm gonna be doing giveaways. I'm gonna be doing more. Of course, this means that I have to side hustle more instead of working fucking bullshit ass fast food. So things are gonna get a little weird. I haven't been drinking. I haven't drinking like 2 months. I mean, not 2 months, 2 weeks. And back on my vegan shit. I'm back on my yoga, back on my meditation, back on everything. My brain is working properly. But one way that I have been able to not fucking drink, listen, bros, I got fucking bottles all over the goddamn place, like a fucking frat house. In the cabinets, on top of the refrigerator, in the bathroom, everywhere. I got like a good 40 bottles. So before I give you my 10 pros and cons, are you guys still interested in purchasing water pipes from me or bongs? I can't call them bongs because bongs would imply that they are supposed to be used for marijuana. They are not. If you want to use them for marijuana, it's your life, it's your choice. If it's legal where you live, cool. If it's not, whatever. They're water pipes. They are meant for tobacco, but they could be used for marijuana if you so choose. I guess. I don't know. But 10 pros and cons of smoking weed. I have to write these down because I will forget what the fuck I'm talking about. So, okay, first we're going to talk about the cons. First is, the first con is that marijuana, any drug, can stunt your social growth. What does that mean? What that means is when I start smoking weed when I was 15 or 16, I would often smoke alone. And when you are a lot of the time smoking and getting high by yourself, you are altering your fucking brain, not not modifying it negatively, you're not destroying it, you're not decaying it any faster, but you are altering your reality and you are leaving something in this dimension behind. You will not be able to relate to people in the same way in your age group. So the more times that you do this, the more that you are putting space in between you and the typical person your age. So number one, it stunts your social it stunts your social growth. Any drug does this, especially if you become an addict. Because if you're an addict for 10 years, you have the emotional intelligence of an 11-year-old. Look that up. I mean, that's one of those myths that could be not. It could be, give or take 3 to 4 years, whatever. You could be socially or emotionally a 14-year-old, or you could be socially, emotionally a fucking 9-year-old, depending on how old you are and how long you've been using drugs. So number two, a con is depending on how you ingest marijuana, such as if you smoke it in a blunt, it could have the same amount of tars and carcinogens and things like that because there is no filter and because smoking, according to doctors, is the worst way to ingest any medicine. So it could fuck up your lungs. Mixing weed and tobacco. So mixing weed and tobacco actually is how I wean myself into smoking marijuana. It's called a spliff in Europe. So what I do is I take a joint, I put my cigarette tobacco in it, and then I fill it up about halfway with marijuana. That that is an awesome feeling. But one thing that I did notice is depending on how you smoke it. Let's say if you smoke blunts or if you smoke a spliff, because your body is negatively responding to the tobacco, you could act differently. You could act more violent. You could act more erratic than if you just actually smoke the weed directly by yourself. Thank you for that question. So it could, how you smoke it could fuck up your lungs. When I smoked a lot of blunts back in the day, let's say I smoked 3 or 4 blunts, about a gram or so. When I smoked cigarettes, a lot during that time. I smoked like 10 to 12 cigarettes and like 3 or 4 blunts in a day. By 8 o'clock every day, no later than 8:30, I couldn't breathe. It was very hard for me to breathe. So I definitely recommend either not smoking blunts or not smoking cigarettes and blunts at the same time. Do not smoke Garcia Vega blunts and Newport 100s because that will fuck up your lungs. I also have athlete's asthma, so when I do a lot of work, I have like mini asthma attacks. So it's hard for me to breathe and shit. But number three, number three is if you eat edibles. A lot of people think edibles are harmless. They're not harmless. You could have you smoke around your son, and what if the weed is too potent for you and you ain't smoking that much? Do I smoke around my son? I don't smoke around my son because I need to be clear. I only smoke at night because where I live, it is illegal, and I live on the corner of my neighborhood, and the only person that could be smoking if somebody walks around is my house. I'm the only person that could be producing these smells. So I don't smoke around my son. I don't smoke during the day. And what if the weed's too potent? Just hit it and just wait. Hit it and wait. The only way that this will not work is if you have lemon kush because lemon kush sneaks up on you. So you smoke a whole blunt or you smoke a bowl and you won't feel as the optimal high. You won't feel as high as you're gonna get for like 10 or 20 minutes later. So definitely try to know what you're gonna get. Number three is you have to train yourself just like anything to do certain things high. There's a lot of triggers to put you in a zone out mode, or there's a lot of things that can make you laugh, and you're gonna get the munchies, and a lot of the times that could fuck your money up. Number four, a con of smoking weed would be if you don't know how to do certain things high, like if you get, like a lot of people get inspired to do things and they have never done them high before and they fuck it up. Such as cutting your hair. I fucked my hair up a lot of times. See that? That came from smoking weed. That came from me not knowing what the fuck I was doing smoking weed. Um, yeah. So you'll fuck some shit up, possibly. Number five is when I smoke, I don't have dreams. And that really disturbs me. That's really dreaming is favorite, one of my favorite things to do. That's one of the best parts of my life is fucking dreaming. And when you smoke, a lot of the time you don't have dreams because you're not sleeping the same, and it fucks up your sleep patterns. Usually, I wake up at like 6 o'clock, but when I smoke, when I if I'm high when I go to sleep, or if I smoke a lot during the day, I fuck up a good hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep. So I either wake up 2 hours late, or the weed has me all charged for some reason and I can't go to sleep. Or because I smoked and I came down and I'm trying to go to sleep, I can't go to sleep. Which is weird. That's never happened to me. Because number seven, when you start to smoke weed, especially if you start off with the loud, it makes you fucking sleepy as hell and you can't do shit. You'll smoke You get the munchies, and especially as soon as you entertain the fucking concept of munchies, as soon as you eat something, you will feel fucking sleepy. You won't be able to do a goddamn thing. Weed is like fucking vodka. That shit'll have you stuck. You don't want to do shit. You thought you were gonna hit this weed and get in the studio. You thought you were gonna hit this weed and do this fucking paper and write this and do all these amazing things and clean your house. But that weed had a different plan for you. That's just like, nah, bro. You need to sit down and listen to this music. Listen, watch this. You know. Another thing is, it could be very unmotivating. I really don't want to make that the number 8, so I'll probably just throw another one in there. Which is better, smoking with your friends or dolo? I just always say smoking with your friends, bro. Always. Because, well, it smoking with your friends and smoking by yourself has pros and cons, just like everything. Smoking with your friends is none. Awesome. Smoking with your friends, you have company. You won't be so paranoid. Your mind won't have all these voices in it. If you're anything like me, everything's always whispering to you, like, "Hey, you wanna do this?" Blah blah. I'm not schizophrenic, but my thoughts just become very loud, like, and I want to do a lot of things. But smoking by yourself, you don't have to share your weed. You don't have to fucking. You can just get high and show up like, "Hey, what's up?" But number nine. Number nine is a lot of people try to criminalize weed because smoking weed is usually not a health problem. It's usually more of a it's usually more of a um, willpower thing. A lot of people aren't like physically addicted to weed, but it is a possibility, and a lot of people have this stigma, especially if you fucking tell everybody if you're a proud weed smoker. People will think that you are unmotivated. I mean, it just has a lot of the times it just has a bad stigma to it. And then the next one is edibles. See, I didn't finish with the edible thing. Edibles, a lot of people think edibles are harmless when they're not. You can become physically addicted to weed through edibles. You cannot become addicted to weed technically through smoking marijuana. How do you not be paranoid if you smoke? All right, let me finish this point. Damn. All right, so how do you not be paranoid? Meditate. Meditate. Go into it knowing that you're going to fucking hang the fuck out. Know that you're going to chill. Know that there's gonna be nothing wrong with you. First of all, meditate before you smoke. Second of all, marijuana is a hallucinogen. They don't classify it as an upper or a downer because it does increase the heart rate and it makes your mind slow down. Just like if you do too much Molly. If you do too much Molly. So, I mean, it's not the exact same thing because it's two different goddamn drugs. But marijuana, just treat marijuana like a hallucinogen. Yes, it usually makes people fucking happier. It usually makes them all fuck it and just chill out and relax and shit. But you do have to set that environment up. It's just like if you've ever done acid or if you ever heard me talk about acid. You can't just, I'm having a shitty day, I'm gonna drop some acid. Do you find yourself thinking of all the bad parts of your life when you smoke weed? Alright. But as far as you not setting yourself, you gotta set yourself up to win. Basically, you have to set your environments up. How the fuck? Let me see. All right. So you gotta set your environment up. Next, does marijuana cause schizophrenia? Marijuana actually numbs the effects of schizophrenia. A lot of people who are schizophrenic, they use marijuana so they can, my bad, so they can turn down the symptoms of their schizophrenia. So I don't believe that it causes schizophrenia. They're actually coming out with all these researches that is saying that it's treating a lot of different mood disorders and mental illnesses and all of that. Let me see. I'm gonna save the questions for the end. Cool. Lastly, the last con is that if you smoke a lot of weed, or if you don't smoke, and you're weaning yourself onto it, and you're trying to get used to smoking weed, when you do finally, especially if you're bipolar, when you do finally get used to smoking weed and enjoy the high, because with me, when I stopped for months and then I reintroduced myself to marijuana, it's not fun for me. I have to fucking chill myself down. I do think about all the negative shit just because marijuana puts your mind in a meditative state. And it takes my mind into, I allow it to take my mind into a dark place. I get paranoid. I get all fucking weird and shit, and I hear, um, I'm connected to more things. I hear my inner thoughts more loud, and all the toxins in my body, my mind responds to all the toxins in my body negatively, and it brings out the negative thoughts in my mind. Okay, so but if you try to stop marijuana, your sleep pattern is going to be harder for you to sleep. You're not going to want to eat. You're going to be cranky. Possibly, it's going to be something wrong with you. You don't know why. You're going to be having weird ass dreams. You're going to be thinking about weed a lot. Everything is going to make you want to smoke. When you smoke a cigarette, if you smoke cigarettes, or I don't know about vape, but if you smoke a cigarette, you're going to be tasting weed. If you smell something burning, it will smell like weed. If you smell anything that slightly smells like fucking cannabis in the street, a plant, a dish that somebody's cooking in their home, it's gonna smell like weed. So weed really fucks with you. That sounds like withdrawal symptoms. It kind of is. It's kind of not. They don't classify it as withdrawal. If you do anything habitually and you stop doing it, it's gonna fuck with you. If you jack off a lot and you stop doing it, it's gonna fuck with you. If you watch TV for fucking 5 hours a day and then you just stop, if you have an iPhone in your pocket and you're used to it vibrating all the time and you break your phone, you're gonna fucking feel the vibration in your pocket, even if you don't have pockets. Okay, so that's just how the human body works. The human body, man is on the top of the food chain because we are the most adaptive creatures to our environment, and that's just what fucking weed does. It's not fucking withdrawal. All right. So we're gonna get into the happy part. The pros, the positive aspects of smoking weed. Number one, and inspires a lot of people. Personally, it doesn't inspire me. I can't write. I can't do anything creative when a real creative challenge. We'll say that I can't have any actual creative challenges. I use marijuana to relax, and then when I come down or the next day, the residual effects are fucking creativity. I just flow because I just relax and inspires the shit out of a lot of people, and it makes them feel more things that they're used to feeling. Number two, it enhances all the senses, which could actually be a bad thing if you're in the wrong environment. Everything's gonna feel better if it's supposed to feel good, and things that don't even normally feel good will feel good. I mean, that's why people smoke weed, right? So, music's gonna sound different. Everything's gonna be funnier. Everything's gonna fucking taste better. Sex is gonna be fucking amazing, and you're gonna be looking into different things more deeply, messages, things like that. Number two, I wouldn't say it inspires you to do creative things. It doesn't really make me more creative. It just relaxes my mind so I can bring everything together. Number two, if you are on the spiritual shit, if you're with the spiritual shit, yoga is it makes so much more sense. It makes so much more sense to do yoga. You can feel your energy. You can feel your energy. You can feel your breath. It makes me want to do yoga right now just talking about it. I watched a video the other day that said that working out after weed is It has more positive effects than negative. So if you're a fucking muscle head, shout out to protein, then I definitely recommend you smoke weed. It relaxes your muscles, so if you get hurt, you won't be all fucked up. Uh, they say that it pumps you up. It'll get you more in tune to your music. It'll make you happier. It makes your blood flow different. And when you're done, it might even, like, a lot of people work out and they have hella energy. It'll even out that energy, and you'll eat more because you'll have the fucking munchies. It keeps those It keeps those positive chemicals flowing through you that help build muscle, that help you heal faster, that help you from getting hurt. And building muscle is really all about stripping and healing. Okay. Number three is that I actually did research on this the other day. Marijuana releases chemicals in your brain that help you, well, that prevents major head injuries. So if you smoke weed a lot, if you're a heavy user of marijuana and you get in a car accident and you and your friend have the same amount of impact at the same time, same body weight, same vitals, everything. The only difference is your friend hasn't smoked weed in months. Your friend will have more brain damage than you. So marijuana releases chemicals in your brain that protects it from getting brain damage. Look that up yourself. Marijuana actually also, if you smoke weed, if you smoke weed a lot and then you drink a little bit of alcohol, it forms a film around your brain and that protects it from alcohol damage, from brain damage from alcohol. So brains, and the number four is that weed weed can be used to heal anything, 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 like anything. Like weed can be used to heal cancer, fucking anything. That's a stomach ache. I had a stomach virus. I made some fucking edible oil. I mixed it with some tea, drank it, boom, I was good. That was the flu. I contracted the flu from one of my dirty ass, stupid ass coworkers. She was sick for about a week. Couldn't come to work for about 3 or 4 days. As soon as I felt it coming on, my stomach started hurting. I couldn't fucking move. That's how bad it hurt. I made the oil. It made it feel a little bit better. I had to sit in front of the heater and heat my stomach, and it was all good. It was all good. Liz gets migraines once a month. The last migraine that she had was right after my son Jimmy was born. I had to call an ambulance. I gave her some weed oil. She was good. She fucking got up, made dinner, and was just acting normal. She wasn't high. None of that shit. You could put marijuana oil in your hair if you make it right. In your skin. It heals fucking everything. You gotta look at these lists. I want to find this link of what I was looking at, talking about all the fucking mood disorders and mental illnesses, because it didn't just say marijuana is good for schizophrenia because it helps you balance out your mind. And then it gave you a real scientific reason. It gave you the exact chemicals. It gave you the exact everything. You know, weed heals anorexia. It makes your brain put those positive chemicals in your body and it makes you hella fucking hungry. So weed fucking heals. Number five, the cannabis. Well, no, we're not gonna talk about the uses of the cannabis plant. But number five is that mm, if you're not very social, I mean, if you're not very social, it could inspire you depending on your personality to socialize. It makes me want to fucking stay inside because I get all paranoid if I don't set myself up to win. But it could do that. Let me think. Let me answer some of these questions right now. Okay, so do you smoke in front of your son? No, I don't. Make some weed and tobacco or the weeds to fall in the Any do you think I already answered all the fucking questions? God damn. All right, so number 5 is the first time that I ever smoked weed. I was in a I was in a really mainstream. I was like on the border. Like I had the thoughts of doing certain things, but I didn't have the action behind it. The first time I hit weed, I was just like, it all makes fucking sense. Why are these people worrying so fucking much? Why do they fucking get up and go to work and school and stress out so much? Why the fuck? It just answered all of these questions that I never really fucking thought. It opened my fucking mind. So marijuana aids you in opening your mind. Marijuana aids you in opening your mind. Number 6, it it helps you connect with people better. Of course, it's not like the love drug. Yes, it could make you feel that. A lot of people smoke weed and do fucking horrible things. A lot of people smoke weed so they can kill people easier without having to think about it. It gives you that. It gives you. It's not even a confidence thing. It looks like confidence, but it's not. It gives you this mindset where it's like you're really detached from a lot of things. You're detached from the outcome. You're more present. Is what they call it. Is what Eckhart Tolle calls it. You're more present. You don't think about things. When you see all these high ass basketball players and football players, weed doesn't make you better at shit. Weed weed makes you more present, so you don't have to think about the outcome. Because thinking about what the result is gonna be is what fucks a lot of people up. So when people tell you that weed makes you more creative, weed makes you a better basketball player, weed makes you better at fucking sex, it doesn't do those things. It gives you the permission to not give a fuck. So that myth needs to not be there. Weed doesn't make you better at shit, but being fucking high. The only thing that makes you better at, really, the only thing that makes you better at is being high and being here and not worrying about shit. If you allow it to do that. Yeah, you can have a bad trip type of thing and start having anxiety attacks and fucking shake and shiver and you can't hold your head still. You can have some of the worst anxiety attacks that you can have off of weed. But that if you have control of your fucking mind, it won't go there. All right. So number 6, it's kind of fucked up actually. Number 6 is I'm gonna give you a little tip for all my people who don't have a lot of shit to do but need to get somewhere. So number 6 is when I was young, when I was 16, and I don't recommend anybody do this, but it's a cool little feature. When I was 16, I was like, I always had plans for a month, 2 months in advance, and I was selling a lot of weed, and I always had a lot of weed. We'll get to the questions at the. I'll get to your questions at the end. So when I would want to do something, let's say it was about a week in advance, 2 months. What I would do is I would smoke my way to 2 months. I would smoke time away. I would just wake up, get high, be high all day, and make sure that I keep a similar routine. And then right before I would go to sleep, I would smoke, and I wouldn't go to sleep. When I did this for about 2 months. I never fell asleep. I did not fall asleep for 2 months. I only passed out. I got high as fuck, laid down and passed out, or passed out in my fucking clothes with my guitar in my hand or some shit. I never fell asleep. What that does is when you keep the same routine, and of course I went to school. When you keep the same routine and you don't go to sleep and you only pass out, yes, I fell asleep. I was sleeping, but I didn't fall asleep. You get it? I passed the fuck out and I woke up 8 hours later. That's how I skipped 2 months. The fucked up thing about this is you're gonna be if your routine is tight enough. Like if you're a teenager, yeah, you wake up, go to school, come home, do your homework, go to sleep, wake up. You do the same shit every day. So if your routine is tight like that, or if you have a job where you can function high and it is the same routine and you possibly have to wear the same clothes, this will work like a charm. I don't recommend it. But if you need to skip like 2 months, like if it's Christmas and your birthday is in the middle of February and you just want to be at your birthday already because you're gonna turn the fuck up, you already know what to do. I just told you what to do. But one thing, it got weird. I was standing in gym and my gym closed, and I felt like I was just try to follow this. I felt like I was standing there, and I felt like a wrinkle, like a fold in time. I felt like I saw myself standing there, and I just felt like in a movie how the pages, how they turned. It just felt like energy was just passing me, and I was standing there, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I was doing the same thing so consistently, standing in the same exact spot, high as fuck, and I just was seeing myself get on the bus, go to sleep, wake up, go home, and I was just standing in one spot, and I saw myself like standing next to me, left and right, going, and I was just like, what the fuck? I'm doing this too much, and I had to stop smoking weed for like 2 days, and then I got back on it because it just I felt like I was manipulating. I felt like I was in the fucking X-Men or some shit, bro. I swear, bro, that shit was crazy. And it really changed my perception of what time was. Like all the time, because of how I was abusing marijuana, it I felt all of my selves at one time. I saw them all at one time. It was a, it was a trip. Next, number seven, marijuana is a euphoria booster. If you do, and you have to be careful with this. If you do acid, smoke weed, it's gonna make your trip enhance. You do DMT, you have to smoke DMT with weed. If you fucking drink a lot of alcohol, if you drink a lot of alcohol, you can actually kill yourself because they never like in my school they taught us about drinking and driving, and the way that they were trying to deter people from smoking weed was saying because I was in the fucking south, and people in a lot of white girls in the south they drink beer but they don't smoke weed, or they drink vodka and they don't smoke weed because they think it's nasty. So the whole thing was if you drink alcohol, you get drunk as shit. If you get AaroniMoses and you smoke a lot of weed, you could die because marijuana will hinder you from throwing up because marijuana stops your gag reflexes. So if the alcohol is telling your body to throw it up and your body wants to throw it up, the weed will stop you from vomiting and you can get alcohol poisoning. I don't know how common that is. I've never known anybody to do that. I think they were just lying to me, but it is a possibility. But marijuana enhances all of the highs that you will experience. If you do cocaine and you fucking smoke weed, that's not a good example because it just makes you feel different. It makes you feel weird. If you drink and you smoke, you will get drunk as shit. That one beer will turn into 2.5 beers. If you do some fucking Molly, if you do some acid, if you do anything, you will get that boost for all my fucking enemy fans out there. So number eight, I mean, everything's pretty fucking awesome about smoking. Number eight is you can do a lot of types of weed. There's a lot of different strains of weed. I like that. That's a pro. That's a pro. A lot of people like Kush. Everybody knows that I prefer purple, blues, fucking sativas. I guess the shit that makes you slow down. But cause I don't remember. I smoked all that shit away. But anything that makes you slow down and hallucinate, the CBD heavy shit, the fucking the fucking white widow, the fucking purple, the blues, all that shit. And then you can have all the hybrids. One of my favorite weeds to smoke is purple AK-47 skunk. It's purple skunk mixed with AK-47. It is a real weed. Purple Kush is awesome. Fucking. The only thing about purple and the CBDs is you can only get so high. Because I smoked about 10 of those blunts when I was 16, or I think I was 17 at a party. And I couldn't get high after about the eighth blunt. So we wasted four blunts. Four blunts of weed, about fucking 3 grams. We wasted an eighth. I bought a half, he bought eight, my homeboy bought a half. So that shit. Kush, I heard you can smoke a considerable amount of Kush before you stop getting high. Um, but the variety in marijuanas that you can get, the cannabis is that you can get, it makes it more enjoyable, especially if you can identify by nose or by taste where something is from. Like you can taste that weed was grown in Jamaica. You can taste that it's from fucking Cali or an island or fucking homegrown or whatever the fuck. When you become a fucking connoisseur, like I was when I was a fucking teenager. Number nine, it doesn't really do any significant brain damage. The only thing is really depends on how you ingest it. It actually enhances your brain, like we already said before. And then number 10 is everybody smokes weed, so you'll never run out of people to smoke weed with. You'll never run out of people to smoke weed with. You can't really. I don't want to go into that darkness, but weed is a simple drug. It's so many different ways you can smoke it. It's everybody smokes weed. You can put it in a paper. You can put it in some food. You can put it in a bong. I've never personally dabbed because that's just I like weed. Like I like the plants. It's not just about getting high. It's about the plant. It's about connecting with the earth, man. It's about like I like the nugs. I like the smell. I like breaking it down. I like rolling it up or packing it. Whatever. It's not just about getting high for me. It's a fucking plant, bro. I like the fact that it's a plant. I don't want to turn it into crack. I don't want to turn it into dabs. Dabs is just crack, bro. Dabs is the crack version of fucking weed. And shout out to everybody who does dabs. I'm not downing you or whatever. I'm just saying, yeah, the high is cool, but if I didn't smoke weed, it's times that I smoked weed and I didn't even get high like that because I just want to be smoking weed. You know what I mean? So I like weed. uh, Let me get these questions out the way. I'm going to reiterate these questions just to make this video longer, so I can put ads in it. I'm just kidding, I fucked up. My thoughts about mixing weed and tobacco. Smoking spliffs are awesome. You can feel the tobacco and the weed at the same time. It's kind of a waste of weed. It's kind of not. Do I smoke weed around my son? I do not smoke weed around my son because that means I have to smoke weed during the day. I don't like smoking during the day because people can see me. The light fucks with my eyes, and there's more people outside. There's little kids running around and shit. I live on the corner of my neighborhood. Blah blah blah. What if you smoke? What if weed is too potent and you ain't smoking all night? Smoke a little bit of it. That's why if you have a bowl, it'll be easier because you could just smoke and then let it fucking go out. You don't have to put it out and waste a piece of your joint or waste a piece of your blunt. Um, my hands over the mic. Damn. So wait till I get this camera. I'm getting this. I'm going to shop for my camera on the first, the new camera, like the good. I already bought the mic for it and everything, bros. So it's better. It depends on who you are. Is it better smoking with friends or dolo? I mean, friends might annoy you. You might want some alone time after a little bit. You might want to listen to the music you want to listen to and just lay back. watch some fucking weird shit that you don't really feel comfortable watching around your friends. That's really cool. Watching when you're high. Fucking, if you're smoking with your friends, you can have somebody to talk to. If you're getting a little paranoid, they can calm you down. It's a lot of benefits of doing both. I personally like smoking by myself. I'm a private smoker. That's what my cousin told me. How do you not be paranoid if you don't have shit to do? You first of all, you shouldn't be smoke. You shouldn't smoke weed just because you're bored. You shouldn't drink and smoke just because you're bored. You need to set yourself up to win because you need to set yourself up to win because weed is it has certain similar effects to hallucinogens, and you need to be able to have that environment that's going to keep you relaxed. Your environment, weed and acid is pretty similar in the way that the environment, your music, will get you higher. It will get you higher. So if you have the right music and the right environment, the right scene, that will contribute to how you feel. And then, does it cause schizophrenia? It actually treats symptoms and side effects of schizophrenia. So no, I don't think it causes schizophrenia, but I haven't really looked into that. Um, I know drinking can cause schizophrenia. I know you can drink yourself to into any kind of mood disorder or mental illness. I know you can smoke crack and get schizophrenic, and any drug. I don't think marijuana will do that. I know that anything considered hard will do that. Um, you find yourself thinking of all the bad parts. When I set myself up to lose, yeah, I think about all the negative shit in my past, and I get really dark. But your brain, if you train yourself to only focus on the positive, meditation before you smoke, picking up having a playlist, not watching fucking Law and Order SVU when you get high. Fucking, you gotta plant these seeds. You gotta plant the positive seeds. Um, thoughts on smoking weed every day? You shouldn't smoke weed every day. If you should not smoke weed every day. I think the maximum you should smoke weed is maybe 4 days out the week. Because when you stop, if you smoke a lot of weed and you stop smoking, you will do what is known as sober fuck ups. You smoke so much weed that you do dumb shit when you're sober, and that is when you need to slow down. When you start, even you might not be even mad at all, but you just start saying dumb shit to people randomly, or just talking to them all crazy, or saying, you know what, you are why did you bring these ugly ass bitches over my house? Like I literally said something similar to that because I was sober. Because I smoked a lot of weed and I felt like I wasted my time. I was suppressing my fucking thoughts, but it just had to come out. Because that's probably a good time when I would have been high or smoked some weed. So that, and then, so definitely don't smoke weed every day. If you're gonna ingest it and you have to fucking do it every day, don't smoke it. You could vape it, you could eat it, all kind of shit. Cannabis, shatter, I don't know what the fuck shatter is, bro. You're gonna have to enlighten me on that. Resin is amazing. Resin is amazing for making edibles. Um, Definitely save you a fat ass resin ball like this big. Definitely gotta invest in that. You gotta get you a bowl that smoke out that bitch for like 3 years, or you can actually do it in a month or some shit. And just get like a little $10 one, and like a year, just crack it in half and clean all the glass out. Let that shit dry and scrape it. You will have a big ass ball like this. And then you guys are taking me back with all these questions. I literally just started smoking like again like 2 months ago, maybe three. But that's it, man. If you guys have any more questions, that was my 10 pros and cons of smoking weed. I mean, that's not it. I'm gonna be making water pipes soon, so let me know if you need any smoking accessories. I'm gonna be making Hennessy bottles, Tanqueray bottles, Bombay bottles. I got some Bacardi. I got some Corona 40s that I can turn into a smoking accessory. A water pipe. Google what water pipe is. I can write. I'm gonna be signing them. So if you do, I'm gonna have to. Is driving high socially acceptable? Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. It's just as dangerous as drinking and driving, I believe. But whatever. I don't think it. I mean, your reflexes, really, your reflexes and your vision is what people. Your reflexes, your vision, your decision making skills is why drinking and driving is it lowers your inhibitions and it fucks up your motor skills. Okay, so I think that everybody should be sober when they drink. I know I made a video. I mean, when they drive, I know I made a video talking about how you do it. If you have to do it, if you're in the middle of no fucking where, if the fucking police are gonna come and get you because you're drunk and you just came out the bar. I don't want to go into that, but I will be making. um, I'll just say the word bong. Fuck it. I will be making Bombay bottles, Henny bottles, Tanqueray bottles, Corona 40s, Valentina bottle, fucking Valentina for all the Mexicans, bongs, uh, all the bottles, all the liquor bottles that I have. I have 30 of them. That I got fucking $1,000 worth of fucking bottles in there. I got fucking pints. I got half pints. I got a Remy bottle in there. I got a water jug. It's not a water jug. It's an apple cider jug. It's big as fuck though. So if you want those, let me know if you would be willing to purchase those. Let me know if you want me to make any of those. Let me know if you want me to get a specific bottle. I'm gonna put the date, the number of which one that it is of what I made. I'm gonna put my signature on there and probably a little message or some shit. So I'm gonna be doing giveaways pretty soon. I'm gonna get my new camera. I'm gonna have new music coming out. I'm glad that you guys are fucking with my news report videos. I'm glad that you guys are fucking with my reaction videos. That's really fucking awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hit me up on my social media: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, website, email. The easiest ways to get in contact with me are my Facebook, my website, and my email address. So be on the lookout for this new quality. Be on the lookout for more of these videos coming out because I'm doing this full time now. Be on the lookout for giveaways. Be on the lookout for those water pipes on the way. We got one more question. Hey, bro, sorry, but there's nothing you can teach me about drugs. Did you know that when the U.S. legalized weed over here in Australia, they made bongs illegal? So now you have to buy bases. I don't know what the fuck that means, but thank you for enlightening me. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. Um, there's nothing you can teach me about drugs. Did you know? I don't really know how to respond to that, but shout out to Australia, bro. I love that everybody around the whole world is fucking watching me. Shout out to Iggy Azalea. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Johnny Legbone. That's a pretty cool name. If any of you guys edit videos, if any of you guys fucking do beat making, mixing, producing, hit me up. I'm trying to build this brand. That is my fucking soundproof shit that my dog chewed up. I'm gonna be putting that up pretty soon, getting the studio quality back up. And that's it, man. Hit me up, socialize with me. It's Aaron motherfucking Moses. Peace. Oh, I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together. Peace. Smoke weed every day.